Okay, you guys, I'm trying to do this live stream and hopefully it turns out correctly. Um, yeah, I tried to record my video on my computer, but for some reason it did not want to start. So I have to do live stream tonight. Let me pull up this background noise that is very calming for me. Well, nah, that's okay. I won't do that. But anyway, I wanted to come on live because I wanted to go ahead and shoot another video. This time, I was having issues with the computer, and I apologize that I have been away from you guys for a while. The reason why is because I've been so swamped, and um, I just got my full license. I'm an LPC now. And so I'm working on my private practice, which is Purpose Counseling and Wellness Center. And before we start, I want to read my um, my profile here on Psychology Today. Um, it says seeking counseling and asking for help can be very difficult for people. So I like to create comfortable atmosphere free of judgmental views. My approach is more spiritual with a blending of a holistic counseling and transpersonal therapy. No one should feel bad about receiving counseling to improve one's lives. Let's get started. We're one call away. So, um, right now I have some openings. Just give us a call at Purpose Counseling and Wellness Center. The contact information is there. But let's get started. I wanted to talk about. Oh, hi, Northern Belle. How you doing? It's good to see you. But anyway, it's good to see you guys. But I wanted to come on here because I wanted to talk about how sometimes your enemy can be the same hue as you. I experienced this when I was working one of my old jobs, and I thought that it would be a great thing to have someone. Um, hey, um, to have someone to who is the same hue as me, American Aboriginal, working at the same place. But it was a lot of competition there, unfortunately. And just because a person is the same hue as you doesn't mean that, they completely have your back. And I learned that, I've been knew that, but as I worked here at this particular job, I started to see and notice some things. It's just, um, you would think that just because a person, is the same hue as you, that they will be willing to work with you and to get the job done and coordinate things. Instead of that, they want to be your worst enemy and they see you as a threat. As I had this particular supervisor who I was working at this particular hospital, let's say, but and he was very nitpicky and everything. He found out some of the things that I was about to do, that I was about to get my full license and everything in counseling, and also was in the doctoral program, and he didn't like that, and he found out about my years of experience, because I had more experience than he did and more knowledgeable. But for him, that was an issue for him. And he saw me as a threat. And so him and his buddy, oh gosh, I had nicknames for him. In my head, I had nicknames for him. But anyway, well, all said and done, I had to leave that job. I told him off, because at first I bit my tongue, because I put up with a lot of verbal abuse, and blaming for things that I didn't do, but they did, and then instead of taking responsibility for their mistakes, they try to push it off on me, and so you know how that is. But but he saw me as a threat, because he was cool as long as he found, he thought that he didn't know about my credentials and everything. He was cool as long as he thought that I wasn't really doing anything. But then when he saw that I had more experience than he did, or that he saw that as a threat. And so what I'm saying is that's the example that I have, is like, instead of working together as a team, as a collective, we're like crabs in a barrel fighting each other, attacking each other, because we feel like it's only a certain amount of resources available for one of us, and only one way to get ahead is to backstab one of each other. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this election that's going on. Um, and I just was using that as an example. I hate that I couldn't use my computer because I wanted to show the article and go over it with you all. I don't have it now because issues with the software. So I had to do a live stream instead, and I want to talk about Kamala Harris, you guys. Kamala Harris, she's going to be the running with Biden as vice president. And so, you know, I was just saying how I was explaining how, just because a person is the same color as you, they don't necessarily have your back. You would think they would, but that's not always the case. And I think we learned that, in the previous election with Obama, when Obama took office, he pretty we were so happy just to have an American Aboriginal. Not well, he wasn't American Aboriginal. He was actually just he was black like us, but he was actually African and Caucasian. So he was mixed. So he really wasn't one of us, and we didn't look at that. We was just looking at the person's skin color and go, hey, we got someone in, and then realize that, hey, what this person is really all about. That we didn't really look at his ulterior motives. What are his plans? We didn't really dig further because we was just so fixated on skin color. We know that here in the United States, everything is based on race. Everything is based on what a person looks like. The exterior is never really as to what a person is in the inside. It's very superficial. And so with Kamala, you know, that's why we need to look at it. She's not one of us. When you dig and look deeper, she really isn't. She's not one of us. She is pretty much similar to Obama. She is half Indian and Jamaican, but she's from the islands, but she's not from the mainlands here in the United States. But she is one of the ones that's making major decisions for us here in this particular, in the politics, and it explains a lot of things. My issue with Kamala is that she's wish-washy, and she don't stick to a particular agenda, especially when it comes to reparation. And that's why I've really been looking at these politicians and what their views are when it comes to what we're going to get as American Aboriginals, with the reparations. And to me, I think she's just wish-washy. She never sticks to one thing. I was going to show you these articles, but I didn't want to go so long without recording a video. I'm trying to keep it, be more up to date and keep on keeping y'all abreast on everything. But um, I can pull up the articles. I'll put some links on still to these articles that I was looking at. I was looking at one article on NPR, and it was talking about Senator Harris on reparation. And there's another article on Kamala Harris and reparations, on how it's going to be funded, theories and, other things that she's mentioned. But when they first initially, I was watching her on TV on one of her these interviews she had. Initially, when some people started, the reporters started asking her about her views on African Americans getting reparation, she said that reparation is only for everybody. Everybody deserves to get some sort of monetary gain, not just black people. Black people supposed to. She didn't say exactly like that, but you could tell from what she, how she reacted to the question that she initially didn't really have an interest in African Americans getting their reparation. She just said that, yeah, African Americans just don't, she says don't for all people. And we get that all the time with the Democratic Party. That reparation is only for everybody. It's for the immigrants. It's for just everybody in general. Besides the original people here in the Americas, it's for everybody. And it's like every time we try to approach things such as civil rights and affirmative action, it always go back to, oh, this plan is for everybody. And even though we fought hard, and on our platform we fought hard for it, we always end up with the short end of the stick. And that's the issue. And that's the issue I have with Kamala, is she got that attitude that, oh, everything that African Americans or American Aborigines get, everybody get. That and still the original people still go lacking. And so that's what I have an issue with her about. And then in 2019, she has another, in this NPR report. I'm going to put a link to this, you guys. I wish I could show it to you all and read it with you all. But I'm going to put a link. As she was talking about how, she said here, Senator Kamala Harris, a candidate for president, is floating a new idea of funding for mental health treatment as a form of reparation for slavery. She talks with NPR Steve Inskeep. And so she pretty much thinks that reparations should be about mental health treatment. Well, I think that me as a therapist, as a psychotherapist, as a licensed therapist, I do agree. American Aboriginals do need some sort of therapy, to heal from these old wounds. If any of you all understand epigenetics, I did a video on that in the past about the syndrome that African Americans, aka American Aboriginals, go through, because it's just like PSTD, but it's the slave syndrome instead. And African Americans, American Aborigines, are actually going through this. And I do agree. Yes, we do need that. But I don't think the whole reparation should be, oh, you just get treatment, mental health treatment, and that's it. That's just still a slap on the wrist, on the hand. You're still not really giving anything. And it's not going to be American Aborigines need more than that. And that's what she still falls short on, to me. First, and the wish-washiness, like I said, because originally she said, oh, reparation for black folks. Oh, that's for everybody. Everybody need to get some uh something. And then she said um another thing she mentioned was that the reparation should be studied. There only should be a study for reparation. And then in this one, she switched again. Now she's saying mental health. And then in this one, I was pulling up the other article. Now, around this article here was published on US Today, October 2020. She said, fact track, and this the name of the article is Fact Check. Kamala Harris cannot create property tax to pay for reparations. See, this is another thing she's throwing out. Another idea. Oh, we're gonna give property tax, create property taxes to pay for reparation. So now she's saying that. So my problem with her is initially she said that she didn't think that blacks should automatically get reparation. It needs to be a study. And she went from that to property tax, taxes paying reparation. It's like she's wish-washy, she's not clear, and the indecisiveness, or it's like she swayed back and forth. That's is what bothers me the most about her. And that's why I say she's not, for us as American Aboriginal. She really isn't. Me personally, I don't feel like she is. And the fact that the Democrat Party, especially Biden, want to do he's keep on saying, oh, after the election, he just wants to vote, but he don't want to discuss really what is going to be done. And that's what we're looking for. Action. We're looking for what is going to be done, how it's going to be done. We want a plan. Just like Ice Cube. He came up with a plan. That's what I love about him and his plan that he came up with. One of the YouTubers, Dane Calloway, he talked about it in one of his videos. I was watching it about Ice Cube and how he has a plan, and I think it's great. I even went on YouTube and found another video on Ice Cube. He had a debate, I guess. He was interviewed by another journalist. I can't think of his name. Oh my gosh. If y'all know the name of that journalist, he had an interview with a journalist and also Black Lives activist. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but I'm going to try to put a link to that one as well in this video. It was another, about the reparation and his plan. He went more into detail, and he even explained it because he shared the plan with President Biden and also with the not President Biden. What am I thinking? With Biden, the former Vice President Biden, and with President Trump. And Trump was more willing to look at it than Biden was. He was willing to, more receptive to it. And so, Biden want to push things back, and it looked like Trump is more willing to move forward. So on some things, but that interview, Ice Cube really went into some details, and what I like about it is that he's being more proactive. And then he was being slandered by this Black Lives. I wouldn't say slandered, but she was hating on him. The Black Lives activist. I can't think of her name either on that interview, but I think it was about 2 weeks ago when they had the interview with Ice Cube, and she was mad because he was getting a bigger following than she was, and she claimed that she'd been doing Black Lives Matter for so long. She don't think it's fair that he's getting more traction than she is, and so, but he was on point in that video. I actually enjoyed it, and y'all need to check it out. Yeah, if y'all haven't, y'all should check it out. It's a really good video. But this is going to be the end of this particular video. I just wanted to touch base with y'all, let y'all know where I was. I'm been swamped with my quite busy with my private practice, purpose counseling wellness, and starting to pick up, you guys. I'm getting clients. So I so yeah. So y'all can check out that as well. But if I would love to hear what you all think about this particular election, what do you all think about people of the same hue who don't have the same back or don't have our back, who are not proactive or wish-washy, like Kamala. Saying one thing, it's like she just say whatever you want to hear just so she can get your vote, but then don't do anything, and she has a bad track record already. What do you all think? Do you think she has a bad track record? Um, what do you think about the Democratic Party? You know, what do you think about people of the same hue who don't do anything to make things happen, and who are the enemies who are constantly, fighting, not working together, always causing resistance, chaos. There's people out there like that, unfortunately. But anyway, I just want to get here and talk to you guys and let you know what's going on. And yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna have some more videos coming up, you guys. And till next time, love and peace, family. Bye bye. Oops, if I can close this thing out.